Welcome to XZ Energy by HMS Networks. Let's have a look at the SG Gateway and go through the steps of creating a new project, including typical data generators as a PLC program. At the beginning, it makes sense to configure the SG Gateway's system time in the Settings section General, in the subsection System Time. By clicking the Set button, or by configuring SNTP. Since the system time uses UTC without any time zone, the time zone settings are just affecting local time, not the system time itself. The system time can be seen in the event log. Now I will quickly demonstrate how to create a data point. This change needs to be saved. After rebooting the device, this new data point can be used in the editor. Opening the editor always shows its diagram view for graphical PLC programming. Here any kind of mapping with logic signal manipulating abilities can be done. Just a few global PLC settings can be configured for the PLC program, such as cycle time, and for compatibility mode, the resolution of numerical I/O values and timestamps can be downgraded to 32-bit. For timestamps, 32-bit resolution means seconds. Note that the I/O mapping list view is part of the PLC program as well. The I/O mapping list maps all available parameters of a data point, such as value, quality, and timestamp, directly one-to-one and cannot show data point values live. Only the diagram view can show all transmitted data live. By the way, both views are sharing one Save button and one Start button, but each has its own Delete button. So, when deleting the diagram view's content, the I/O mappings will remain. Also good to know is that the diagram view has priority. So if you map to the same output in the diagram view and in the I/O mapping view at the same time, then only the mapping done in the diagram view will work. Which logic blocks are available? There is a large section of logic blocks available to enable the creation of programs. Data type conversions are usually done automatically in the background, in a way that makes sense. So those conversion blocks are just needed to clarify if a special data type is expected. For getting a full overview with explanation, please see the integrated help page by clicking the question mark button. At first, I am showing you how to set up a timer that can trigger any kind of data changing event. The time can be set, for example, by adding a constant value block, with sometimes twice the time in milliseconds you want to make the changing event happen. Next, connect this to a timer block on its pin int and enable this timer block by double-click on its pin n. The processing order can be shown by clicking this button and can be changed for each block in the diagram by right-click on it as shown. That's it so far. Next I will show you 4 types of typical helpful data generators that are valuable testing tools. What kind of data change events are mostly needed? First, the easiest might be to toggle a Boolean data point. Second, for integers a counting value can be very useful. Third, floating points can simply count up in smaller steps by dividing the counter's value, for example by 3. Fourth, to send a timestamp also as value in parallel makes it very easy to check if all data point parameters are handled synchronized as a bundle. Finally, let's talk about inputs and how to map them to outputs. For simply mapping all as one-to-one, just use the I/O mapping list. But if something needs to be modified, or only the value should be mapped, but not quality and timestamp, for example, then use the diagram view. To map, for example, Modbus with an energy protocol, it might be needed to map 2 Modbus data points one containing the value and one containing the timestamp, to one energy protocol's data point, which also must be done in the diagram view. Any module of the SG gateway's configuration can be exported, including the PLC program and the PLC's running state. If you are not doing this as a backup for your own device, it might be good to deselect user management or network settings to allow free login and to prevent overwriting the network settings on the target device. All can be chosen separately for exporting. Loading an exported CUP file is done the same way as a firmware update and only overwrites the contained modules. Unaffected configuration parts will remain. Notice that the PLC might stop if you load it on a different SG gateway model, or if something changed that is used inside the PLC, for example a data point setting. Then you must open the editor for an automatic conversion of the PLC program first. Then please check if the mappings are all correct, just to make sure. If something is not converted correctly or if there is a missing part, this must be fixed. Afterwards, save it. Since the PLC stops working whenever the Save button was clicked, never forget to restart the PLC. Well, I hope this makes the first use easier for you. Thanks for watching. You are very welcome to watch out for more videos.